Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Our webinar with Liza Gresse, founder and CEO of Ubuhle. Right, so I'd like to just introduce Liza. Liza is the founder and CEO of Ubuhle HR. We are so proud to be part of this organization, Liza. Liza started the dream 16 years ago in her backyard and has since grown Ubuhle into a powerhouse with the international reach, reaching out to overseas, to places like Kuwait, the UAE, as well as parts of Europe. So Liza, your vision has truly carried this organization, and it's great to be part of your organization. Liza is also a practicing, sorry, just admit here someone, okay, is also a certified and practicing leadership executive coach, registered with Comensa as well as the EMCC. She has 20 years of experience in human behavior sciences and the skills development field. So Liza, welcome and thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Andre, and thank you very much, everybody else, all our attendees. Thank you very much for making time to join us for this webinar. I listened to Andre, and the first thing that comes to mind is when you start a business, I think it takes a lot of guts, and therefore I'd like to say that I'm actually 25. I only look 57. So nevertheless, welcome to everybody. And I trust that after this webinar that you will be empowered with more knowledge around the transformation process that is driven by the B-BBEE system, and also understand how skills development is actually an empowering support, not only to your own employees, but also to unemployed citizens of this beautiful country that we live in. So from my side, welcome. Maybe just a bit of background, like Andre said, I happen to be the CEO of Ubuhle. We did start 16 years ago, and we are very blessed, especially during this in this VUCA world that we are doing business and the COVID times. We are blessed to have sustainable relationships with various corporate clients across South Africa, and also, as Andre mentioned, in the UAE, Kuwait, and parts of Europe. And a little bit more so you understand who you are dealing with. Our organization, as I've said, started off 16 years ago, and we have a physical presence in South Africa. Our Durban branch is in Ballito, and our Johannesburg branch in Edenvale, and then also our Cape Town office is in Para Industria area, so where we service our clients and bring our offering to the clients that we serve. Ubuhle focuses on 3 core functions. And I'd like to share this with you because it will give you background on our input into the webinar. The first core function is talent management. So we consult with our clients around talent management, how to keep your pipeline of workforce full, employees full, how to build those pipelines, in a holistic approach to that, but also succession planning. What to focus on, and utilize your skills development funding that is available through your CETAs to assist with building pipelines and developing your workforce to contribute to the succession plans that you are putting into strategy. And then lastly, we utilize the BE system to bring about transformation. We are very involved. Ubuhle is very involved in diversity programs, not only in South Africa, but across the world, as we've mentioned, integrating different cultures into the workplace, and also bringing transformation regarding gender, race, into the new work or place of work. So we utilize the skills development also to advise our clients on a holistic approach to building your transformation strategy, utilizing the funding that's available. For the agenda for this specific webinar, we will focus on the following. I will just chat around business leadership and your B-BBEE strategy. Why should you have a B-BBEE strategy? And then we need to, in order to plan around your B-BBEE, you need to understand what the language of the B-BBEE is. We will look at Black people definition, also categorization of measured entities. Where do we park certain entities and the size of that? We will utilize the generic scorecard and look at the large organizations, and then priority elements on the scorecard would be something that we will discuss as well. And then specifically, we will focus on your skills development and how that can support your B-BBEE strategy. So ladies and gents, let's talk business leadership and transformation. As mentioned, I firmly believe that transformation starts at the top. There's got to be a buy-in from your executive team, from your leadership team, and they should be the drivers of the transformation in the business. And therefore, it is extremely important to look at your B-BBEE strategy and integrate that into your business strategy. I think when we talk about business strategy, too many companies still regard the B-BBEE as some form of success.
I'm not in the office, I'm still in Cape Town, eh?
I'm so sorry, Renali. Is it possible, Andre, can we just ask that they mute?
Yes.
Because I think it interferes with...
I know, no, I'll see how I can get hold of her and I'll tell them that you're urgently looking for her. No?
All right,
ladies and gents, we are in a virtual space, so we're just going to try and get the attention.
All right, guys, let me try and if I can mute from my side.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Good day, Renali. I'm sorry, can you just mute your microphone if it's possible? We're picking up all your sound on this side.
There you go. I think we've got everyone muted
Great,
now.
so let me start again. Now that we've, funny things happen in the virtual space. we've learned that cats can crawl across your laps. Children can walk in and wave behind you and it's all okay, because we are in unprecedented times and we'll just embrace it and carry on. So let me bring the focus back to the B-BBEE and your business strategy. What we advise our clients on is that don't regard the B-BBEE as a grudge spend or as a grudge implementation strategy that we now have to plan around. I would think that you would rather approach it as a transformational way of changing the landscape within your organization, and then to integrate that into your business strategy as one of the measurements on the business scorecard. What I would like to share with you is maybe just a holistic approach on how one can utilize the B-BBEE system as part of your business strategy. So on this slide, what I've put together is, if you look at the bottom, it starts with social economic development, then skills development and learnerships. Then we look at our supplier, and lastly at the ownership and management. So the reason why I wanted to share this with you is one should look at your business as a contributor to the economy of South Africa and also a contributor to transformation. And following certain strategies that you implement, you might not be able to achieve a full transformation in a year's time, but you can plan forward to actually bring the change in a 5-year plan. So if we look at social economic development, that is where you bring change in the communities of the communities that we do business in. How do we as a business, how can we contribute to these communities and bring the transformation and upliftment there? And that is what the scorecard also talks to. So you can earn 5 points around certain actions and certain projects that you implement as part of your social economic development. And that is the grassroots development issues within the community, such as health, not necessarily education. And I'm thinking, as an example, programs around the COVID situation pandemic that we are in now. Running and sponsoring programs, health programs, or information sharing programs within the communities that we do business. And that could be one of the programs that you implement that could contribute to the 5 points that you can earn on the B-BBEE scorecard. All these actions, programs that you implement should address the poverty barriers and the economic issues in those communities. The second level that a business needs to actually plan around is the skills development and specifically accredited programs that will address the skills barriers, not only for your own employees in your business, but also for the unemployed people in the communities that you do business in, or people that you want to in different areas of the country. So you can earn 20 points and another 5 points for absorption if you implement certified or an accredited training for Black people, and which is not only focused on your own employees. The next level would be supplier development. What is your plans and your strategy around supplier development? So the whole focus and outcomes of this supplier development should be job creation, to address the job creation barrier by developing entrepreneurs within small businesses that can be a supply chain to your business, and also uplifting by bringing in empowerment suppliers. And 15 points on the BE matrix has been allocated for the procurement from suppliers as a proportion of the total procurement of the B-BBEE level. And this also means part of that is the support to Black-owned small and micro suppliers that will enable them to develop their businesses. And then lastly, there is opening opportunity in your business for equitable economic opportunities for previously disadvantaged groups. 25 points is allocated to ownership of a business. This would be the percentage of shares of the economic benefit of Black South Africans in the economy. In other words, 51% Black shareholding would earn you the 25 points. And then also part of that is representation of the management control within the business. This is where your employment equity plan needs to also play a big role. Representation in a board decision-making needs to be representative of the demographics of the areas that we do business in, and also the country that we are choosing to do business in. So executive management, senior and middle employee base is what we will look at when we talk about management control around business and earning the extra 15 points on that. So what we advise our clients, it is quite costly because you have to spend 6% of payroll, for instance, on exercise to immediately become a level 1 contributor. And it might also not be possible in the economic environment that we find ourselves in now. But we advise our clients, align your B-BBEE strategy to have a level 1 plan in mind. So in 5 years, what is your strategy of working towards a level 1 contributing partner? So even if the business leadership has settled on a strategy to achieve the B-BBEE level 5, or even level 8 for that matter, it is really very, very important to have a plan that you will reach level 1. So many companies see this really as an impossible task. But if you plan right and you utilize the different levels on the matrix, it definitely will be achievable in a period of time. So in order to understand B-BBEE, you need to understand the language that we use around the B-BBEE. The first definition that needs to be understood is, what do we mean when we talk about Black people per se? So according to the codes, the generic Black people is a generic term that includes Africans, Coloureds, and Indians in South Africa, and also Chinese that were born in South Africa prior to 27 April 1994. So those are the demographic groups that fall under the definition Black people. And then to understand the categorization of measured entities, in order for you to plan around your enterprise development and your preferred providers, you need to understand the different entities. But exempted has different codes. When we talk about the exempted micro enterprises, we are talking about a business with a turnover of less than 10 million. So those organizations, those exempted micro enterprises are exempt from B-BBEE, and they are automatically deemed as a level 4 contributor. The qualifying small enterprises, the QSEs, those are the companies with a turnover between 10 and 50 million rands. And they are, they have to abide by the QSE scorecard or the approved sector scorecard. And then when we look towards the large enterprises, the criteria for them is they have to have a turnover of greater than 50 million. And usually they would use the generic scorecard or the approved sector score code. So just to revise again and to refresh our memories around the old B-BBEE scorecard and the revised B-BBEE scorecard that we utilize now. Ownership, 25 points. On the old scorecard, it was 20 points plus 3 bonus points that could be earned, but this has been pushed up to 25 points. Management control, 15 points on the new scorecard. And then skills development has been moved up from 15 points on the B-BBEE old scorecard to 20 points plus 5 bonus points. So this could be an area where you could benefit by implementing programs that could be funded by your CETA or by your skills development spend for both your employees, but also your unemployed people in the area that you do business in. And then your new enterprise and supplier development, that they've given 15 points on the new revised B-BBEE scorecard, and then your socioeconomic development, 5 points. So ladies and gents, having a strategy that is aligned and integrated, a B-BBEE strategy that's integrated into your business strategy, is the holistic approach to this. You can utilize your workforce planning and align that with your B-BBEE strategy and your employment equity strategy. So it takes time, it takes planning, but it is something that can be done. So when we look at empowering suppliers, I thought I'd also just maybe clarify this for you. Remember that large enterprises have to comply with 3 out of the 5 criteria that's been given, whereas qualifying smaller enterprises have to comply with 1 out of the 5 criteria, and exempted small companies and startups automatically qualify for level 4 contributors. So this is just to show you the levels. It is level 1 would be 100 points on the generic scorecard, whereas a level 8 would be less than have 40 but less than 55 points on the generic scorecard. And then the levels in between, you can see that, for instance, a level 4 contributor would have 80 but less than 90 points on the generic scorecard. If you are a non-compliant contributor, it means that you have less than 40 on the generic scorecard. So the priority elements that they've identified on the new BEE codes is ownership, skills development, enterprise, and supplier development. So for us, for instance, as a supplier to corporate companies, it is extremely important that we also have our strategy, our B-BBEE strategy in place, that we implement changes that will bring about the transformation in order for us to be seen as a supplier with a low scorecard that will benefit our clients' scorecard. So let's focus on the 25 points on the skills development and how your B-BBEE strategy need to actually embrace the skills development plans around that. Remember that the spend target has doubled from 3% to 6% of your annual wages bill or your payroll. And 85% of that spend, that 6%, must be spent on accredited training. So if we look at the program category, that would be the category B, C, D, or E. And it should be focused on accredited programs. Category A is the bursaries, and of course, sponsoring because of the fees must fall, they've brought that in as a new category for business to sponsor, and that could count towards your skills development spend. Then your spend should include people Black people other than your employees. In other words, your unemployed learners that you bring onto, or interns that you bring onto accredited programs. And they've also, as I've said, increased the points from 20 to 25. Now, in order for you to score any of your points under the skills development, you need to have your workplace skills plan submitted to your CETA, your annual training report completed and submitted, and also your pivotal report. And the CETAs have a very strict deadline, which have been moved out because of COVID this year. But normally, under normal circumstances, it is around the 30th of April of every year. So when we look at the skills development priority as a priority element, I thought I'd like to share the breakdown of points within the 25 points. So you can earn 6 points. That would be on your skills development expenditure on learning programs for specified learning programs for Black people, accredited programs, and then skills development expenditure for bursaries for Black students at higher education institutions will earn 4 points. And then for people with disability, if your skills development spend on Black people with disability can earn 4 points on the weight, on the scorecard out of the 25. And then Black employee participation, your own employees, participation in learnerships, apprenticeships, or internships as a percentage of all your employees can earn 6 points. And then, of course, there's a 5-point bonus point for absorption of unemployed learners, whether they are people with disability or unemployed learnerships that you've implemented. Please be reminded that 85% of your skills development spend must be on accredited programs. So when we look at the learning program matrix, this is, and we'll share this with you again, this is just the categories that they've put in there. And you can see that category A is your bursary spend, as sponsorship to Black students at higher education institutes. And then category B would be your internships. Category C, your learnerships. And then a D would be learnerships or apprenticeships. And then E would be, the category E would be your work integrated learnerships or learning, where you allow students to have a learning experience within the workplace. And then category F and G would be for non-credit bearing programs and also for in-house training programs that you are running as part of your customization. So the category F and G has been capped on the new scorecard matrix to, it's been increased from 15% to 25% of a total of your skills development spend, whereas the training cost, the travel accommodation, the cap remains at 15%. So bursaries on traveling, accommodation, or catering, there is no cap on that. So when you are sponsoring a student at a university, for instance, you sponsor their learning program, their degree program, there's no cap on spend on travel or on for their accommodation. So salaries and wages, also the stipends that you pay to your employed and unemployed learners, apprenticeships and internships, can be claimed as a spend, as part of your spend under your skills development expenditure. So ladies and gents, we as an organization specializes in supporting our clients in the B-BBEE strategy that they have to where they have to implement the skills development programs and earn the points. And how can we then assist? How we assist our clients is bringing them a holistic model that will also speak to keeping the pipelines of the workforce full, building the talent within the business, and speaking to the B-BBEE requirements. So what we've put together, if you look at the model that I've got here, I would like to share with you, just at the bottom of this triangle, we have put together new entrants. And when we look at new entrants, we can look at bringing on unemployed learners on learnerships as accredited programs, and also sponsoring bursaries to university or college students. And then they can always feed into an internship for the next year. But you can also bring in new entrants on internships and apprenticeships as part of your recruitment strategy. And then your employees, for accredited development of talent within the business, it would be maybe good to utilize your skills development funding to focus on the junior to mid-level in the organization, in order to be a feeder into your senior management level. So develop your talent around here whilst you are actually also addressing B-BBEE. So bursaries, skills programs, employed learnership programs, and then the 15% of spend that is allowed for unaccredited programs could be courses that need to be developed for the future world of work, which is now so applicable, to ID that, and also internal and external workshops, seminars, conferences, and then lastly, as per the category F and G, would be on-the-job training. So ladies and gents, Ubukle is not only consultants to our clients, we are also accredited training providers. And we have 3 training academies. We have the Business and Management Training Academy with program accreditation through the Services CETA, and some of our programs with the Education P CETA. Then we have a Production and Manufacturing Academy, which with program accreditation with the MERS CETA, where we have production technology, and we bring accredited learnerships to the we also have automotive programs within our Production Academy. And then, of course, we have Wholesale and Retail Academy that we have from level 2 to level 5 that we bring to the wholesale and retail sector with accreditation, program accreditation with the wholesale and retail CETA. Then our institutional accreditation lies with the wholesale and retail CETA, and our program accreditation with the various other CETAs. But at Ubukle, besides the fact that we have full accreditation with the CETAs, we are also members of the Institute of People Management. And we are also accredited through the COMENSA, the Coaches Mentoring and Coaching Association of South Africa. And that affords us to also support our learners right through the learning process. And as Andre mentioned, in order for us to work internationally, we also are accredited with the European Mentoring and Coaching Association. Ladies and gents, I would like to maybe just share with you how we assist our clients to make learnerships easy for people with disabilities. We've been involved in these projects besides the normal unemployed learnerships and learnerships that we implement into companies for employed learners and employees. We are very, very involved in learnerships for people with disabilities. And I would like to share with you a little video clip on the service that we bring. We live in a country where there's a huge need for development and uplifting and empowering, and the service that we offer speaks to that.
Companies looking to host people with disabilities or employ people to seek for their BE score, we offer a service where we host them on offsite. The disabled learners don't only get theoretical training, they also get fully workplace experience and exposure as well into the modules that they're completing for the Learnership program.
We have seen the benefits of BE in companies. We have seen how it has actually paid off, how the landscape has changed, and also how it's opened up opportunities for a lot of people that under normal circumstances would have been overlooked.
To everyone that I've worked with during this 12-month course, to Ubuhle, thank you so much for tolerating my big personality, and also thank you so much for the support they provided, and also for this amazing opportunity.
So ladies and gents, it is a great privilege to work with people with disability, and the unbelievable, we get so much back when we actually see how these people are graduated with a full qualification and integrated into the workplace successfully. So we offer a turnkey solution. And when I talk about turnkey solution, from recruitment of the disabled learners, we've been doing this for the past 5 years. So we are very experienced around the specific requirements according to the B-BBEE requirements on which disabilities are the disabilities that is needed. So also around the specific demographics, which will also speak to our clients' employment equity plan and reports that they need to submit to Department of Labor. We have a whole team of recruiters that we have a database, but our team of recruiters does all the response handling. They do the interview process, and they will provide our clients with a short list whilst managing all the paperwork around that. Then we have the accredited programs that we have in QF level 2 right up to level 5 to whichever the client requires, we can implement. And then we take over the project management of these programs. So we also, within that is that we host them off-site, especially for some of our clients where the workplace is not conducive they want to embark on programs for people with disability, but the workplace is not, there's no reasonable accommodation, or they cannot host those people on site. We have 2 off-site hosting facilities that we have, and our campuses are situated. We've got a huge big call center with that we have in Edenvale in Johannesburg, where we host our learners in a call center environment and expose them to a real-life working environment. And then we also have a off-site hosting facility in Mount Edgecombe, where we host over 1,000 learners at a time in working with real call center environment and clients, and they get the exposure. So when we talk about our off-site hosting, this is no simulation. This is a real life working environment. These learners have to come to the workplace from 8 till 4 in the afternoon, from Monday to Friday, and they work on live call center campaigns. They do customer care campaigns. They run with financial campaigns whilst they are being exposed to the learnership requirements and the content requirements within their program. What we've also designed as a support to our learners is a 5-day work readiness program. So this program speaks to the behavior competencies that is needed to integrate youngsters, unemployed learners into the workplace. We then also have soft skill packages that we can either do online with our learners or face-to-face. And this is another thing that we bring to our clients. With Ubuhle, you have the opportunity to either have face-to-face training, but we also have an accredited online e-learnership academy. So this has afforded our clients during the lockdown period and also the COVID period that we find ourselves in to continue with their learnership programs with minimal disruption. We've got a fully fledged e-learnership academy where all our accredited material is loaded on. And it's not only online teaching via Zoom, it is a fully fledged LMS with a learning path where the learner has a self-guided learning that they have to do. They follow the learning path, they access the accredited material, but they also have a blended approach where we have a special plug-in, which we call the blue button, which is very much the same as Zoom, where they access their online classes with their facilitators and assessors. We sometimes have the need from a client to have a blended approach, and we will then still do face-to-face portfolio building to support the learners within that. But our platform allows for our learners to actually do their summative assessments still in their own platform, and also so that our assessors can assess all the POEs online if need be, and moderation. Our moderators have one level up access to our platform where they can do the moderation online. It is a dynamic platform that we bring. It also challenges us as providers to upskill our learners on our programs to be more agile around e-learning. So it takes a while for us when we do our induction to ensure that our learners become e-learning agile. And our facilitators and our project coordinators are very good with that. Besides the fact that the learners, once they are registered on this platform, communication access any social media directly to their facilitator and the facilitator to them. We have an extra support with WhatsApp groups, and we pull specific reports that we give to our clients on access, on did the learner, did they log on, how far are they? So there's progress reports that we provide in order to risk manage any non-performance from learners. Let me show you the look and feel of our e-learnership platform. just to show you that one of the requirements of the CETA, we mirror the CETA requirements completely with our platform. And one of the requirements is that we still have to submit registers. And we have a built-in plug-in on our platform where we can pull reports on the registers and provide our clients with that in order for you to still submit claims to your CETAs. For instance, Monique has been excused from the class, and we've made a note that she's got a doctor's appointment. Then there was somebody that came 10 minutes late, and this is how we pull our reports and we report to our clients. So absorption and placement of our unemployed learners and our PWD learners. So on completion of our learnerships, or even during the learnerships where it's appropriate sometimes, our learners are placed in their first full-time employment wherever it is possible within our network of partners. And we try and assist our clients with the absorption in order for them to earn the bonus of 5 points on the scorecard. So the questions that we sometimes get around our e-platform is our learners don't have access to computers. How would they access the platform? So the response to that is that Ubukhle has designed the platform in order for it to be accessible on any device, even a cell phone that can log onto the internet. So the learner can actually, most learners read on this, their life is on these phones, and most learners cope extremely well with the phone, accessing the platform via the phone. And the next question that we usually get is, but our learners don't have access to the internet. So Ubukhle has gone into a partnership with Telkom, where we provide our learners that are registered onto our platform with a SIM card, which is preloaded with data. This data is exclusively for the use on our platform. They cannot use the data to access any social media or surf the net. It is exclusively for our platform. So that also addresses the requirement around having internet to be online and learn online. Ladies and gents, I trust that the information that I've given you will benefit you, and I'm open to any questions that there might be now, Andre.
Thank you, Liza. Very informative. I think, yes, we have got a few questions. We have here from, I think it is Mani. Mani, I think, what does the indicator target mean? So we're talking about the percentages of the spend, I believe. I have made note here. It's the training spend. There's an indicator percentage.
Yes, so that is the indicator of your 6%, the training spend that you have to work towards. Mani, I will send you more information around that afterwards, so that you have that in a document to refer to, if that's okay with you.
Perfect, Liza. I think that's great. That's that 0.3%, the 2.5%, etc.
Sure.
That we went down. All right, and then Simone, Simone, would the skills programs be a category D or E on the spend matrix? It will be a category D as far as my understanding goes, Simone, because it's in a controlled environment, the accredited environment. So your E is doesn't necessarily need to be supervised, where your D needs to be supervised and call it assessed by an accredited provider.
Yes, so also remember that category, if I look at category C, it speaks specifically to learnerships. So category D will be your skills development programs, your skills programs.
Awesome. And then, Liza, we've got here from Kuda, how do you manage or guarantee students' attendance? Is there consequences for learners for continued absence?
Sure. So I always try and remind my clients and the organizations that we work with, remember that this is a partnership. So there's a partnership between Ubukhle as the provider and the project managers. We have the mandate to project manage and ensure the success of your program, and we have the mandate to deliver the accredited content. We also have the mandate, but we don't have the mandate of disciplinary actions of the learners. The organizations have an employment contract with their unemployed and their employed learners. And therefore, those learners are under the disciplinary code of the organization. And the organization as a partner has the responsibility. We as the project managers will definitely, this is what we do, we will risk manage the behavior and we will flag the behavior. What we do is attendance is reported back to our clients on a weekly, monthly basis, so that when we pick up there's a delinquent learner, we will immediately flag that with the employer, because the employer needs to then step in and they need to then manage the behavior of the learner. So we had this discussion actually in our e-learnership management meeting that we had earlier this morning. And what some of our clients are doing, they work into their disciplinary code, they work in that should a learner not log on or not submit their POEs, it could be a form of misconduct, because it is directly or in subordination, because there's an instruction given in the workplace. So I trust that we encourage our organizations, our clients, to partner with us on this and strengthen our hands, because as project managers, we don't have the mandate to discipline the learners. We can merely flag that with our clients, and then the client needs to manage that.
Yeah, I think that definitely answers it.
Just to come in there, Andre, from our side, what we do as an extra, when we see that there's a delinquent learner and we flag that, we sit down with our clients and we come up with a solution, obviously, because we want the program to be successful. We want you to achieve your targets and what you've planned around. So we would see how we can support with extra coaching, with mentoring the learner. We will implement extra sessions if need be, so that we can do remedial work with the learner. Obviously, that's part of our project management.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think that definitely answers the question. Thank you, Liza. If there is anyone else that has any questions, please, you're more than welcome to share via the chat box, or whether you want to say something. If you do say something.
You are so welcome to engage with me now. If you've got another question, ladies and gents, anybody? Or maybe you would like to just contribute with a just something that a statement.
Yes.
Or observation. Nobody. So, Andre, ladies and gents, thank you very much once again. We really value your time and being part of this webinar, and I trust that we have given you some awareness and some information that would support you in planning around your strategy. And you are more than welcome to contact us for further guidance. I see that we have somebody. I see it's Imkoch. Is it Mani? I don't see your name, sir. You just muted.
Yeah, it's not mine, but that's all right. It's Michael. No, I just put on the video now at the end of your presentation. Nothing special.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you for your time. Ladies and gents, we will make this presentation available on our websites, and everybody who attended, we will send out the link via email to you so that you can just click on the link if you want to review this presentation again. And then please do not hesitate to contact us with any of your queries. We have specialist BE consultants that would be able to assist and would be able to answer the more complex questions that we maybe not addressed this today. Just for your information, this is our contact details. My email address is not on there. I would like to share my email address. Andre, if you can just type it into the comments box as well. It is Liza, Liza, at ubuhle.hr.co.za.
Perfect. Sent to everyone. Thank you for that, Liza.
Great. Thank you, ladies and gents, and thank you again for your attendance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting, very informative.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, man. Cheers, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Liza, for your time. Have a fantastic afternoon, everyone, and we will keep you posted. Once the link is up, I will email it to everyone to view on our website.